Hello folks, you're very welcome to a new feature we have here for the Coláiste social media, Coláiste TV, where we're going to interview past students about their lives and their path through education from primary, secondary and onwards. And we're very grateful. Our first guest is Eddie Kendrick. Eddie is a Keir native, and you're very welcome, Eddie.
Thanks, Gavin.
So we're going to get straight into it, I suppose, with Eddie, your initial schooling. Where was it? What are your memories of it? Primary school, etc.
I went to school in Care Boys National School. Principal was Mr. Mackey and then Mr. Horn. My memories from primary school, they're pretty good. No, they're pretty good. There was a pitch there beside the school. I think it's where they're building the new school at the moment.
Yeah.
And we used to have just games of soccer there. Your pants would be destroyed with muck.
Over the mud.
You know,
Mammies would be delighted around.
Mammies would be delighted, yeah. To wash the uniform every day. Literally stained into it. And then the runners, or the shoes, were like them coffin style shoes that we used to have, the Dubarrys.
Yeah.
Playing soccer with them.
Yeah. Slipping and sliding, there wasn't much traction in them.
No, and then we used to play mosh, which is like, you know, remember mosh? I'm sure you
Carnage.
know mosh. Carnage.
Yeah. Good fun though.
Yeah, they were good days. Schooling wise, jeez.
Do you remember any subjects stick out that you enjoyed more so than others in primary school?
In primary school, I think I always liked history and geography.
Okay.
And English. Yeah, I used to love English. So I
Okay.
used to love like poetry and stuff when I was a kid.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, maths I struggled with. Irish was tough.
Yeah. As many primary school
As
people
many
will
lads can find that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, then the sports side of it was always great, and there was good crack there as well. Like it was a lad school, which I kind of wish wasn't a lad school. I wish it was a mixed school. In hindsight, but
Would you think at primary level, long term for the students, they're better being mixed at primary?
100%.
You'd agree with
Yeah,
that?
I think it's insanity having it the other way.
Still having it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Just like from like even now in my work, like looking back at like from the work I've done on myself and stuff, just kind of like I would be nervous around girls just because I wasn't used to people.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, mixed school kind of kills that.
Yeah. And then I suppose when you came into the Coláiste, then what subjects did you pick as option subjects? You would have done, I suppose, the Irish, English, maths, and I suppose the non-curricular
Geography, history.
Or you would have done geography, history, science, all as base subjects.
Yeah, they were base subjects.
Do you remember what options you done?
I do. I did German because I wanted to do language, and my brother did German. He said it was easy compared to other languages.
Come on, Chris.
Yeah.
That is good.
That's his good job. Thank you. So that's what he told me to do. So I picked that. I did woodwork because I love woodwork. I love the idea of doing stuff with my hands. You know, as a young lad, I'd be tinkering around at home. And I did technology as well, I suppose. Same as woodwork, thinking I'd be able to tinker around with stuff and like maybe cooler things than just wood.
Bit of electronics or whatever.
Electronics, yeah.
And did you keep the same on then for, although technology wasn't for Leaving Cert when you were there, I'd say, was it?
No, it wasn't.
You had to give it up.
No,
Do you remember what you picked for Leaving Cert then?
Yeah, I do. I went on, I kept doing German because what I wanted to do in college, or what my ideas was, is that I needed a language to get into certain different subjects, so I had to keep that one going.
Okay.
And I enjoyed it as well. Like I kind of enjoyed doing the language. I kept on woodwork, which became construction. And I also did engineering.
Very good. Yeah. Which would be have a lot of follow on from technology.
Yeah, it had a fair bit of follow on.
And what are your obviously you were I suppose you're one of those guys that used to be up here in the balcony hopping down there at lunchtime for a bit of development, right? Or
I don't know if I ever did that. Maybe I did.
It's a big drop.
Big drops.
But tell me, what would be your memories? Say, what would be the subjects you'd remember that you really loved when you were in school?
I suppose it changed and shifted. Like I remember in first year, I loved history. Like really loved history. Loved kind of the ancient history and kind of like archaeology really. Then that changed into kind of more serious topics of like 1916 and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't have the same growth as a 13-year-old for that as maybe I do now. I kind of like the more ancient history stuff. Then I suppose I always liked woodwork. I liked doing stuff with my hands. Not that I had much interest in actually building a house myself, the U values and stuff. That wasn't my interest.
Difficult,
but I suppose the two of them I did like, and then geography I've always loved. I kept that on then as well when I went into college.
Right. Yeah. Oh, very good. So I know I think you were on the famous team that won an All-Ireland title in the football around 2009.
2009.
Yeah. There's Cormac is now on the staff here. Obviously, you played the football and hurling in the school here. You probably played the soccer as well. Did you get involved in anything outside of the sports side on the extracurricular in the college? Did you do any? You didn't do debating or any of that, correct? Did you?
Did I do anything? No, not
No.
like I in TY I remember wanting to do the play. I've always wanted to do play. I like
Yeah.
musicals and stuff. I really kind of have a grow for that. Even now, like watching Rocket Man or something, I'm just like,
Yeah.
but I didn't do it. I was just kind of shy. I didn't want to go up
Yeah.
on stage. I was just too nervous. In hindsight, I wish I did.
Yeah.
Like I wish I'd done it all the way through. But TY was kind of the chance to do it, and I kind of pulled out of it.
It's amazing. Like I would have been something similar. Now this is a long time ago. Obviously, we'd be recording in black and white. But like I remember as a transition year, or I didn't do transition, but at that age. And it's incredible, like lads that would be out in the field there and they'd be quite confident and all that, and then they come in and they wouldn't get up on stage. And I remember some lads then, they might have been sport or whatever, and they get up on stage, and I remember thinking to myself, God, I wish I could do that, like, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, I admire the kids now that we see year in year out coming into transition year, and they seem to take to it now like we all took to sport, like the year. Young people, they just seem to have great confidence, and I suppose it's the tradition of the musical in the school is built to the point that a lot of people do transition year really with the mind of I can't wait to do the musical, you know. But I would have been the same as you know, even though you'd flake away out in the hurling field or the soccer football field, like when it comes to being asked up on stage, you're thinking, whoa, no, you know,
I can't do it.
no. Yeah, it's gas, but I do think, you know, it's great to see, you know, for all the difficulties presented to young people today. I think that the confidence that musical gives a lot of them is tremendous, you know.
Oh, massive. Even like when I was that age, I could see like if I did, it would have been a massive milestone for myself to be able to do that. Like to get up in front of people and talk. Like even saying a prayer at mass was like, or you know, at a funeral or something was hard. I'd be sweating. I'd be stuck to the pulpit. And just looking down at the prayer. But like, yeah, the same as you. I'd be looking up, seeing these people like, geez, I wish I could do that. It just felt like a release, whereas I just had like a fear. I think it's great that people do it. Brilliant.
And tell me, obviously, do you remember what teachers were involved with the GA with the hurling, the football, soccer? Do you remember?
I do, yeah. With soccer, I started off with Mr. Corcoran, and then it went to Mr. Cunningham.
Right. Jose
Cunningham, yeah. We actually got to a Munster final with him when we played Rockwell out in Bansha. I actually played the best game of my life and we lost 5-1.
Oh God!
Yeah,
you were a defender.
I was on goal.
Right,
I was on goal. Yeah. So even worse, but yeah, that was a great journey. Like even to get to a soccer final with you know, we're up against private schools and stuff. It was brilliant. With GA then, I think it was Mr. Renane all the way through. At the start, it was I used to play football with Tip.
Mr. Byrne.
Mr. Byrne. Maybe in first year, maybe second year as well. Then Mr. Renane all the way through to leaving when we won All Ireland. And then hurling then was Mr. Hurley.
Very good.
And we had Father Night as well for a bit of football first year. Yeah.
Oh, very good. So so you're leaving Sept then. Do you remember what year you done it in, or?
Yeah, I did TY, so it was a year later, obviously. I did it in 2000. I finished in 2009.
Right.
Yeah.
And you went straight to college then, did you?
I went straight to college. I filled out my CO. I didn't get my first option, so I wanted to do psychology straight, which was I don't know 500 plus
Crazy
points, which I didn't get.